This is Mandy from Patch Child Abuse Centre here in Helderberg.
Yes.
Hi, Mandy.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. We're going to have a little squiz around your facility so we can show our entrants what environment you treat the children in your care in. That would be great. Thank you.
So just a quick bit of background, because it's quite a mouthful. So we've been operating for 31 years, well actually 31 and a half now. June was our birthday. I always like to tell people that because with that comes accountability and transparency, and the fact that we've managed to keep our doors open for all this time. It does say something about our relationship with the community. So we operate in the Helderberg only because we're quite small and we don't really have the resources to do what we do elsewhere. But in the perfect world, there would be a patch in every community in the whole of South Africa. It's needed. So Patch specializes in the prevention and treatment of child sexual abuse. And what makes us different to any other organizations that do little bits of what we do is that we do everything under one roof. So the child's reported to us. If they need a medical, we do the medical. Then they have the forensic investigation to determine their safety within their home. If they need to be removed, they're removed. But the bulk of what we do is a therapeutic service. We need to, teach these kids the skills to go back into the community and face their perpetrators, because as we know, not every one of them gets convicted. They need to be able to face these perpetrators and not fall back into symptoms of trauma that they experience, and also to feel empowered and not hopefully become victim again, and then be able to grow up and protect their own children. So that's the bulk of what we do, and if the case becomes criminal, we prepare them for court, because court is daunting and scary and
It's amazing, Mandy, because I can just imagine how it's already such a traumatic experience for the child, and then to be shunted from one service provider to the next and having to tell their story over and over again, or being exposed to different strangers all the time, must really add to that trauma. So I think it's fantastic what you're doing.
The initial approach, the initial response.
Yes.
It's not always positive. And especially when it's by someone that the child's supposed to be protected by.
Yeah.
Or if the perpetrator is the person that's meant to protect them.
Yeah.
That initial response of, yes, we do believe you, yes, we will support you, makes such an impact on the start of that healing journey.
I can imagine.
So,
great, let's have a look around. Thank you.
A child would come into Rashawn's office.
It's fine.
This is our reception area. As you can see, we try and keep it as child friendly as possible. I have to be honest, it's never always this neat. We did tidy it up. Through that door in the corner is our Helderberg Child Welfare, and of course we partner with them specifically in cases where children need to be removed or placed into temporary safe care. Then over here we've got our intake workers. They're responsible for handling new cases, scheduling the medicals, and that call came at the right time, so they're nice and busy.
Wow.
We do get on average 400 to 450 new cases every single year, just in the Helderberg. So you can only imagine the stats are probably double in the greater Cape Town area. Yeah.
Gosh, that is shocking.
And then Rajan is the heart of Patch. She does everything. We can't live without her.
Hello, Rajan. Lovely to meet you, and thank you for the work you do. So appreciated. Wow. I always say we do the easy work. You guys do the real work.
And then I'm just going to take you down a long corridor. We've just got boring rooms like our boardroom and 2 social workers, but they are out with children at the moment. And then we've got our accountant / barista / maintenance man / landscaper / you name it in here.
Lovely to meet you. Hi.
We've got a coffee trailer that we use to sell coffee and waffles to bring in sustainable income, but also create awareness. And the whole point of me being the fundraiser, or my aim, is that child sexual abuse is such a daunting, sad, depressing crime. People don't want to talk about it, but it doesn't have to have that outcome. So with our coffee trailer, you'll see we've got lovely branding on the coffee trailer. It starts the conversation because we're encouraging people to talk about this. It's happening all the time. South Africa is or Cape Town is like the rape capital of the world. But John manages everything. So Yes, we are very, very strict when it comes to our accounts, and we're very lucky. Again, accountability.
Well, hopefully we're going to make you happy today, John.
And then this used to be our garage, and that's our kitchen. Used to be medical room. This is now our medical room, which we are so proud of.
Oh, wow, this is amazing.
It's just big enough and open enough to accommodate the child through the medical, but the doctor then also has the ability to interview and chat to the parents as well. Because a lot of the time, people immediately just think, oh, well, it's the parents that are, responsible for the crime. But they don't realize that often the parents are hugely impacted and traumatized as much as the child when the doctor sits them down and says the findings are conclusive, there is signs of sexual abuse or rape. So it's quite traumatic. So It's just a lovely space to complete paperwork, have those little intimate discussions, and then our comfort packs that we normally like to, so every time we appeal for donations over Christmas time, second-hand clothing, toiletries and things like that, we put into our cupboard over here. And then just to depress people a little bit, sometimes when children come for their medical, they do smell like their perpetrator, or their clothes have been torn, and kids their clothes are very special to them. So to give them a new set of clothes and underwear and toiletries, wow, I mean, you've never seen children react over a little roll-on or a Vaseline. I mean, it's things we take for granted, but to get them new clothes, to me, it's like they're getting Christmas clothes. Christmas clothes are, so meaningful for a child. They get new clothes. And then we also read the room. If the child has got a smaller sibling, we can't just give them and not the sibling. Or sometimes, more often than not, the sibling needs a medical anyway. And then it turns out that they also have been a victim. So, this is our comfort room. Medication and everything we need, sexual assault kits are in this cupboard for the doctor. So we do HIV testing at the same time, test for STDs. I don't have an example of a kit at the moment. The police normally bring that, but it'd be nice to show you. It's just a sexual assault kit. You get the pediatric, and then of course you get the ones for the adult or the bigger kids. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a big mouthful in a nutshell. I couldn't go on and on.
Oh, Mandy, that's great.
Hi everybody, I'm Debbie from StarBaby, and I am delighted to be here today with Mandy from Patch Helderberg Child Abuse Centre, and we are here today to announce the donation from our November StarBaby competition. Now, first of all, I need to take a step back and just thank someone very special, and that is Michaela, whose baby Sarah won our September competition and nominated Patch Helderberg to be the beneficiary of our November competition. So a very big thank you, Michaela, for that. And then, of course, a huge thank you to all of our November entrants who contributed towards this donation. So, Mandy, hello.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you, you too.
Tell us just a little bit about Patch Helderberg and what this donation will help you to do. What do you use your funds for?
Okay, so again, also a huge thank you to Michaela and baby Sarah. Without them, we wouldn't be standing here. So Patch Helderberg Child Abuse Centre is an organisation specialising only in child sexual abuse. We put all our effort into trying to prevent the crime through prevention and education programs, and then of course we treat it. And the best way to treat it is through medical support and therapeutic support, and if need be, court support, because some cases do become criminal. Funding would enable us to allow the entire healing journey happen for so many children. So when I say healing journey, from the time they enter our doors, they have their medical, they have a forensic investigation, they have long-term therapy, and if need be, court support. So
Yes.
it is an intangible service. You can't see it, you can't touch it. So it is a service that we really, really struggle to get funding for.
I can imagine.
So it's huge for us.
Do you have any idea, if you had to take the scenario you've just explained to me,
Yes.
the cost of taking one child through the process?
So it's challenging. It does cost about 10,000 Rand per child per year,
Right.
which isn't that much. It's less than 1,000 Rand a month.
Yeah.
But the therapeutic process also varies according to a child's age. A child of 3 can adapt a little bit more quicker and easier than a child of say 16 that might be struggling in school, might have a divorce take place, lots of other daily challenges that might affect their healing process or take them back a step. So their therapeutic journey might be slightly longer than a smaller child, but then again a smaller child may need to come back.
Exactly.
So we average it on about a year.
Yeah.
And it's just over 10,000 Rand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this isn't actually the first time that we've donated to Patch Helderberg. We've had 2 previous instances where we've donated to you. And on each of those occasions, we managed to raise just over 16,000 Rand for you. So that was close to helping 2 children through the process of
it's significant,
a year. Yeah. So I think let's just start out. Let's put up our Rand sign, and let me ask you, if we had managed,
I'm not looking.
I'm going to. So if we had managed to raise for you 30,589 Rand,
amazing.
that would mean you could help 3 children through a full year.
Absolutely. 3 children through a full year, or multiple children over shorter periods.
Yes. And how frequently would you get a donation of this size, a single donation?
For the support that we need, rare, because most people want to support tangible items,
right?
Project specific.
Right. Okay. So if we had to do a little swapping of numbers here, and we had to tell you that we'd raised for you 50,389 Rand, how would you feel about that?
I don't know how to process that. It's emotional. It's emotional because we see the end journey of the child. Most people don't see that.
Yeah.
So to know, people go, well, therapy, what's therapy? They're lying on a couch and you're talking to them. It's not. It's changing a child's life. It's allowing them to become productive members of society and have healthy relationships and be good parents and protect their children. And so that's how we see it. We don't just see it as a year and then the door's closed and they're gone. So
well, we're actually so delighted with everything that you do, and obviously so were our voters this month, because in actual fact, what we managed to raise for you was 80,539 Rand.
That's not real.
It's real. That's how much we've managed to raise for you.
Through voting?
Through voting.
Oh.
Yes.
What do I say? They need to invent a word that's bigger than thank you.
No, it's us who must say thank you to you, because we run this competition, we have a lot of fun doing it. I think people really enjoy it because not only do they get to shine a little spotlight on their little stars, they also get to help little stars in need. And so I think it's really a feel-good competition. We as a team who run the competition, this is the greatest joyful moment for us. it's being able to come here and hand over a donation. This is what we do this for. But we recognize that it's you that does the hard work. You are the one out there at the coalface dealing with these situations which are tremendously emotionally traumatizing, and we are very distanced from that. We are handing you a check to enable you to do that. So we feel that we need a bigger word than thank you to acknowledge you and your work. So Mandy, it's our pleasure to hand this amount over to you. It will be deposited into your bank account later today. And thank you so much.
And thank you to everybody who voted. How do you... the only thing I can say is we just encourage people to ask questions, start the conversation of child sexual abuse, come and visit us if you're in the area, see what we're doing, but speak about it constantly, because that's how you're going to protect children. And then thank you to everybody that made this possible. How do you say more than that?
And everybody, Christmas is coming up, and a lot of us buy gifts that people don't need, and we struggle to decide what to give to people. Remember that there are places like Patch Helderberg who would be delighted to receive a donation. And I'm sure, I, for example, would be delighted if somebody made a donation in my name instead of a Christmas gift to somewhere like Patch. So I'm hoping to encourage some people to do that this month. Thank you very much, Mandy. It was lovely meeting you.
You too.
I just realized I made a small mistake. It really is a small one this time, but it's actually 80,935 rand, so an extra 400 rand you scored.
Thank you